Hey everyone, in today's video, I'll be sharing my journey on how I became a tech consultant, where I implement the Qualtrics software for many enterprise clients, and also how I got to teach part-time at a college. With the development of I believe that many people are going to be forced to do some career pivots. And I hope you'll find some insights from my own experiences valuable when you're navigating your own career. So 5 years ago, I made the decision to leave my corporate job at one of the big banks and embark on a journey as a travel YouTuber with my partner. This was one of the most exhilarating yet anxiety-inducing phases of my life because we started traveling 6 months before the pandemic hit. And the reason it was so hard for me to leave my job was that it took me a long time to find a decent full-time position after graduating. And for those curious about my career, I graduated from the University of Toronto with a degree in psychology. I chose that degree because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And after graduating during the recession of 2010, I couldn't find a job. So I worked as a forklift driver until I saved enough money to go back to school for a postgraduate degree in HR. And I chose HR because I was looking for a field that didn't require any skill. So throughout my life, especially during university, all I did was I played video games. So I played League of Legends and World of Warcraft. Fortunately enough, I was pretty athletic where I was part of the university's Dragon Boat team. So I was able to stay in decent shape and not become a full-time basement gremlin. So with having absolutely no skill set, HR seemed like the easiest and lowest barrier to enter the job market. So after graduating with HR, I worked at a small boutique recruitment agency for a bit, and then I finally landed a job at one of the big banks as a campus recruiter, where I hired co-op students for various types of programs. Later, I transitioned to helping different business lines within the bank as well. So at around the 4.5 year mark in my career, I began to feel an overwhelming sense of disengagement despite the perks like a decent salary, defined pension, healthcare benefits, bonuses, employee stock ownership plans. It didn't help also that the environment sort of grew increasingly unstable. I basically survived 4 layoffs, and after going through those experiences, along with like escalating workloads and working long hours, I was like, now is the time to quit the job and go all in and become a travel YouTuber. And it was pretty awesome, to be honest, because all we did was we slow traveled in Thailand for 3 months, and then we stayed in Kuala Lumpur for another 3 months as well. We were also making some YouTube AdSense at the time. However, when the pandemic hit, it forced us to cut our travel short and return to Canada. So despite having our bigger plans to travel, we had to move back in with my parents due to the crisis, which was a challenging pivot in our lives. And I'm sharing this story because traveling during the pandemic is a lot like building a career. It can be unpredictable, full of adventures, but also require a degree of resilience and adaptability. So while living with my parents during the lockdown, I had time to really reflect on my career. I realized that I needed to upskill and adapt to the changing job market, especially in a time where remote work and digital skills are becoming more predominant. So I went back to school for the 3rd time, but this time was a little bit more intentional. And I got a postgraduate degree in marketing management. And fortunately enough, one of my professors was actively involved in an interesting industry, customer experience, and he was already running a company that partners with Qualtrics. And that's where I started learning the platform and also got the awesome opportunity to teach at the college as well. And for those unfamiliar with what Qualtrics is, it's a platform that specializes in experience management. It measures the perceptions of brand, product, customer experience, and employee experience. And reflecting back on my career, it's a lot easier to connect the dots looking back, where my studies in psychology intersect with the recruitment and marketing principles, combined with a little bit of social media like YouTube for branding. Everything kind of falls under the umbrella of experience management. If you worked for a large corporation and received these quarterly pulse surveys asking you questions about your engagement, basically that's my job, helping to design these surveys, benchmarking them on a global scale, and creating reports and dashboards for directors for them to present to their executives on how well the company is doing. Also, I do the same for the customer experience side, where if you ever bought a product or service and you receive a survey asking for your feedback and you're like, okay, who the heck creates these surveys? It may be me, to be honest. After 2.5 years working as a tech consultant and teaching part-time at a college, I'm taking my second mini retirement. So every 5 years, I take a break. It's a concept I learned from Tim Ferriss, who wrote The 4-Hour Workweek. I think he got the concept from Daniel Pink, who teaches internal motivation, where he talks about taking a Sagemeister, or Sagemeister, I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's a person who is a designer that takes 5 years from the retirement and sprinkles them throughout his working years. So for this year, I'm still teaching customer journey map workshops part-time at a college, which is pretty fun. And I'm just doing a bit of freelancing as well on the side. Mainly, I'm going to be upskilling again and adapting to the changing job markets, which will be heavily focused into AI and how to actually incorporate it into my workflow. So if you have any questions about Qualtrics, careers, marketing, customer journey map workshops, mini retirements, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's always great to connect with people who have similar interests. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below, and just let me know what topics you want me to cover. My content might change a bit, to be honest. I have no idea. So that's it for this video, and I'll just see you guys in the next one. Peace!